machine, baby.
A people without knowledge is like a tree without what? Roots. And if a tree doesn't have roots, what happens to it? And Steve Biko said, the greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is what? The mind of the oppressed. The greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. So anyway, let's see if I can remember it. I'm gonna take those European shackles. I'm gonna take those European shackles. I'm gonna take those European shackles off of your mind one more time. Watch me design African body with your white man mind. It can't work again cause it's a judgment time. To deny your past is the ultimate crime. I do not stand firm, them I go get left behind to transcend the oppression the black race of face. I feel recognize our African base, African roots, African race, spread like butter all over the place. Listen, treatment we get it was a big disgrace. Treated like pieces of human waste. Speak your own language, kicking at your face. Rebel against the master, you're gone without trace. So even nowadays, enough of the white race. We roots and we culture, no one with a trace. Cause armed with the truth, you are a big threat. And that's why them chat about forgive and forget. Them will tell that foolishness to I and you. But them wouldn't dare try tell that to a Jew. Cause Jews tell the world, every day we God send. Remember the past? Never again. With your African body and your white man mind, it can't work again cause it's a judgment time. To deny the past is the ultimate crime. And who not stand firm, them and go get left with. Now we are told that we're all the same as long as red blood I run through a vein. There's one big difference, the mental strain. African body, white man brain. Your arm and is gone, self-destruction a reign. That's why we are dead from crack and cocaine. You think of Africa, you start feel shame. Images of savages that the world can't tame. Of our natural looks, we start feel shame. And try to disguise our African strain. A European look, not for try maintain a barbecue them here. Again and again. But guess what? Them ready? Oh, they need another one. I'll give you another verse then. You want another verse? Listen. Now brainwashed by the media and the TV. You think only white people have beauty. Say look pa me nose, it flat like Bammy. Me kin too black, me just can't turn it. Girls with broad hips and cock body. I cuss but why me have to favor granny? Know that attitude always get me vexed. Operating out of the wrong racial context. Like to be intelligent, one has to speak posh. Uttering his speech is like, my golly gosh. And call patois, allow the veil tosh. You're under the cosh. Your brain get washed and rinse and spin and hang on the line. A rub on the lotion when you see the sunshine. Skiing in the Alps, you the mountain climb. You're mentally dead up in the war for the mind. Yeah, that's how we do it. Are you ready? You want the next verse? I'll give you a verse I gave you 2 years ago. If you was with me 2 years ago. Alright. King Black, proud of that. So to the contrary, let's not go act. Say I will state the fact and shout it from the rooftop. Me kin could have tan like me mama dodge spot. Me not go bleach up my skin, dye me head top. And he not for me I insert the blue contact. The pan black people, me they turn me back. I in a white company, I just some gang go flock. And do what they do and think of the thing and act how them act. Me stop them rice and peas and chicken and go to a chip shop. Said I don't like pepper food, I find it too hot. I don't like black girls, the body too fat. I don't understand when black people are chat. Me not like the reggae soul and soca, much prefer the pop. It is a plain fact that people like that. When them who open them trap, them still a set way back. Thank you. So let's give it up for our brother African boy. I'll let them get ready. While I'm gonna find some water. How you feeling? Yeah, cause this is the blessing. And remember, next year try and bring 1 or 2 people with you. I could fill up this place. Because boy, it kinda hurt my heart to see so much people around there. Both animal and rare. And yeah, give thanks. The Almighty create everything to live equally, but we need to be here to eat the animals in the first place as a choice. So we give thanks.
want to hear you say it.
Yeah.
Your name is Toby. I want to hear you say it. Your name is Toby. You're going to learn to say your name. Let me... James. Your name is Toby. I want to hear you say it. Your name is Toby. You're going to learn to say your name. Let me hear you say it. What's your name?
Kunta Kinte.
My name is not Toby, not David or Howard, your nation. A generation made to accept what is not our image. Changing names so they can pronounce it. My name is not Toby, not David or Howard. Your name, our name, your nation. A generation made to accept what is not our image. Changing names so they can pronounce it. My name is not Toby, not David or Howard. Your name, our name, my own name is Kunta, your nation. A generation made to accept what is not our image. Changing names so they can pronounce it. My name is not Toby, not David or Howard. Your name, our name, my own name is Kunta Kinte.
My name is Kunta Kinte. I don't drive a Hummer. I got many whips from them old. Cut the music. Why are we here? Why are we here? I know they hear you now. For what? I hear my G over there. Why are we here? You see, some other people where they here, they know why they here. They here for the meat, the shaki, where they eat. The goat head, where they meat. The vegetable, where the cow they eat. But why are we here? Sankofa Day. A day where we remember something that actually happened. Not just something we see on TV because it wasn't there. Something that was real. Something that has impacted everyone. And we day here for this Trafalgar Square. Where they only give us 3 hours. No way to even make money. May they keep us silent. Maybe do our celebration, JJ, small. 15 minutes of adequate performance time allowed. Not for one artist though, for the whole 3 hours. But we go use our time wisely. African time no get end. This track is called Mr. Kunta Kinte. My name is Kunta Kinte. I don't drive a Hummer. I got many whips from them old slave masters. Praise be to Allah. Thank Jesus for Obama. They can't change my name to Toby or Montana. So carry on with me. My skin is like leather. They can't touch this like flipping MC Hammer. I go dance. 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 I go dance, I go dance. Go.
my leg, so I go keep on dancing. I got my right, so I go keep on dancing. Kunta, kunta kinte. Kunta, kunta kinte. Kunta, kunta kinte. Kunta, kunta kinte. Are you still awake? Short and tight for that minimum wage. If I fly BA, would my service still be the same? I'm an African boy, in my chicken like an African boy. I'm an African boy. Well seasoned, did everything within reason. Pioneer my own lane, way before the hype. I used to record on £1 mics, now everything's changed. Contract's the same, trying to leave you 12 years a slave. But you know my name, I'm Isa Kunta. Kunta Kinte. Kunta. Kunta Kinte. Kunta. Kunta Kinte. Kunta. Kunta Kinte. Everybody turn up. Everybody get down. Yeah, everybody turn up. They gon' take my shoe. They won't take my juice. They won't take my culture. They won't steal my shoes. They won't steal my rhymes. Take my vulture too. They won't steal my love. They won't even copy my food. But I go dance. I go dance. I go dance. I go dance. We go dance. I 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 go dance. We go dance. I go dance. I go kunta. Kunta kinte. Black man's cry. They say African boy, why black man they cry? The same reason illegal immigrants them die. We crossing over borders, leaving dictators behind, so we there for Calais or Kakuma. Where we rock ballet, we grinding every day, cause this hustle no be easy. David Kamala, all they want to do is take selfie. I wonder if Obama could chop on my laugh on Ninja. Chill with various boys, wait there for a bullet bar. Imagine if Michelle bought Sankara for her daughters, walk the mainland looking like Dickie Alaja. I be black man, big nose, nappy hair, black skin, melanin, why them all they fair? Who told you this black skin no cool? Who told you this black skin no cool? Why the black man in movies always the first to die? It's not true, son. Study them. They say evil is the darkness. My children, don't believe their lies. You see, this black devil chocolates, I eat them well. I chop them well. I love them well. See, tonight, we go lynch, Willie Lynch. Trouble mark on my skin. You fret, I no go flinch. My word and my balls are the only thing I clench. Still wanna know why black man they suffer? Man, I take selfies, but don't know thyself. Quick to buy Jordan straight off of the shelf. If we set up more shops for ourselves, we could turn these reparations back into wealth. But Who told you this black skin no cool? Who told you this black skin no cool? Who told you that you ain't beautiful? I beg you, bring them here, let me see the fool. So listen to my black man's cry. But hold up. I have to explain why black women they cry. Cause she's losing her sons to Peckham Rye. On Brixton Estate, the man them are getting slayed. The mother's telling their children, oh yeah, please come inside. How many more murders have to happen? How many more night vigils, day vigils am I attending? How many more times are we left marching, holding up the banner saying, please stop disturbance? Look, I went to see my boy's mom just the other day. Cause we lost him to knife wounds in the worst way. And to be honest, man, I looked in her eyes and I didn't know what to say. Cause I knew I reminded her of him anyway. So trigger. Who taught you that holding a knife is cool? Who taught you to hate your brethren, fool? Who taught you to rep red and blue more than the color that God gave you? So listen to my black man's cry. If they don't really want to see a black man fly, police officer go take a black man's life, and then you want to stand and hold another knife and take another life? I know if you do that challenge, me, I stand for change. The music is my weapon, like Fela Kuti. I'm black and I'm proud like James Brown. Fela Kuti, so I got that give me life. Ta ló sọ fún mi pé àwọ̀ dúdú tí ẹgbẹ́ sára ìhòdà o. Black man's cry, thank you. I'm about to invite a friend by the name of Diabel Sissoko.
That could whip any word back into shape with arms stretched wide beyond the borders of Angola. A mind that could twist and turn any obstacle into an advantage. A woman, queen. This woman could not be duplicated, fixed perfectly with her deeds and strength of character. I ask you, have you ever seen the perfect epitome of a central image in African history? But there's no need to ask. My queen fits the description. Her intelligence, more so seen as a pathway to adapt, transform, or strategically see her advantages in complex situations. She was divine inspiration, deserved her well-earned affirmation, and by no mistake, she influenced resistance leaders of liberation struggles. There's so much to learn from a woman in power, including strength. Queen, my queen, Queen Nzinga. Power with words and an intellect that could rival anyone else's. My queen was educated. Speaking with wit and intelligence, she was more than just a queen, but an angel to her country. A woman's resistance, her abilities to stay strong, even in the midst of weakness. Strong woman, women will learn from such nobility. Queen Nzinga, show what it meant to be independent, to have something going for yourself. And just when you think it's about to end, you realize a woman's strength is the crash of a wave against a shore, the gust of wind that could not be tamed, and the essence of a warrior, brighter than flames. You realize that maybe dreams do come true after all.
So all of you, are you all familiar with Queen Nzinga? Who isn't? Work with me now. Are you with me? Because someone will look kind of detached and vacant. I ain't being disrespectful, but who's familiar with Queen Nzinga? From where? Well, if you don't know, it's good for you to look into that, because again, you'll see how the Sankofa spirit feeds into that as well. So right, on the ready? Because you seem kind of quiet and why I don't know. How you feeling? Boy, that is weak, man. I could come out there and shout on my own and make more noise than that. How you feeling? Yeah. Remember, it's not every day we get to celebrate something like this. So let's really give thanks and make the most of it, because it's not about numbers, remember? Who's supposed to be here is here. So we give thanks. So I want to call up now my younger brother, Apex Zero, and he's going to give us some spoken word. Give it up for our brother, please. Let's give it up for our brother. We give thanks.
Blessed love, my people. My name is Apex Zero, as the brother said, and I'm an MC, spoken word artist. In our culture, hip-hop culture, all our cultures around the world, the way we show love and spread love is to make noise. When the brother's asking you to make noise, it ain't an antagonistic thing, it's a way of showing love and appreciation for ourselves, for our ancestors. So if you're having a good time, if you're blessed to be here, you're happy to be here, let me hear you make some noise for the ancestors then. All right, there we go. So, time is short, so I'm not going to say too much. I'll let the piece speak for itself, you get me? Heartbeat. The rhythm beats within. Echoing kin. All who have been here have beat here. Birthing, sustaining, guiding I, steer. Drumbeat, calling I hear. Overcome fears. Speak between boundaries. Hear beyond spectrums. Speak between scales. Calls of elation. The deepest of wails. Babies born out of and into anguish. The greatest of blessings but hard. History weighs heavy on children of now. Born wearing, then collecting more scars. Ripped from our mother's embrace. Displaced. Nursing the breast of a next one. Idrin maintain. Survive. Thrive. Stagnate. Sacrifice. Die. Live. Love. Hurt. Heal. Scam. Steal. Reach for the real with zeal. Both granted and earned through endurance. Take stands. Make codes. Strive to live in accordance. Live under siege. The food, the water, the air that is breathed build up battlefields. Entertainment, enslavement, education build up battlefields. Housing, heating, healthcare build up battlefields. Spirituality, sanctity, sacrament build up battlefields. Beauty, love, empathy, compassion, unity, community, and so much more, all played out upon these built-up battlefields, such as existence. The arrow of time flies through an incomprehensible atmosphere of an unknown sky, dragging all who subscribe to different perceptions along with its misconceptions. Power produces its poisonous progress, possessing people positioned perpendicular to pressure, poverty, and powerlessness. Still I blessed with the spirit passed on in this heartbeat, this drumbeat, this rhythm to say, no it isn't. This is the land of your colony? No it isn't. This is the site for your plantation? No it isn't. This is the place where you'll rape my mother, murder my father, torture my siblings? No it isn't. We've overstood worldwide our oneness and forgotten it in the same scope, the same moment, the same time. I do hurt to you means I do hurt to I. You are I am I and I. This is why. This is where and when you'll continue the exploitation of land, the severing of legs and hands, the shackling of mind, body and spirit of humans. That's your plan? I stand and I shout, no it isn't. For centuries, for millennia, from the start, we've opposed, at the expense of our growth, our most prominent taken, forsaken. Malcolm assassinated, Lumumba assassinated, Bishop assassinated, so many assassinated. Not just the famous, those are the ones we know. Who threw that first stone? Who broke that first bone? When they came to our communities, who stood up and said no? Who refused to roll? Who refused to sow seeds in cocoa fields and of propaganda? Refused to let them grow? Who was thrown into the ocean perpetual downward motion, sinking for eternity. Her soul can't come to terms with her unfulfilled maternity, such as existence. We celebrate, venerate, hail up forever, aim to imitate, channel, for our spirit upon these built up battlefields. Strength to see that I blessed with the spirit passed on in this heartbeat, this drumbeat, this rhythm, each time it hits, to stand and shout, yes it is. It is beautiful to be I. Yes it is. Our future is warm and beautiful as I make it, breathe it and step it into the real. Yes it is. This is the place where I build a world void of battlefields, where the inevitable struggle exists as energy expended for each and every fragment of the Most High to travel dimensions, space, time, maximize potential, hold the absolute, grasp the oneness of the one and fully be. Yes it is. Such is existence. Onwards, upwards, outwards, inwards, I march to the beat I have left in my heart. Give thanks, my people. Sankofa, love.
Wow! Let's give it up for our brother properly, man. Give it up for our brother properly. Come on, man. And I love the little bit of alliteration going on in the middle there with the P's. You know, the P. Yeah. Anyway. Remember, the reason why we're here, I want you to look at this statue behind me. Who's that? The big statue, who is it? Battle of, and the Battle of Waterloo, yeah? Where were they fought? So the Battle of Trafalgar was fought where? Do you know? No. Where? I don't know. Battle of Trafalgar, Spain. Where was the Battle of Waterloo fought? Not down the road by the station. Where was it fought? Belgium. Why am I telling you this? Why is his statue not in those places but here? Why? Because they want you to remember a particular take on history. That's why. So here's my question. Why is it that us, as peoples of African ancestry, are always encouraged to be historically amnesic? Why? Have you ever considered that? Oh, don't worry about history. Just get on with today. You ever hear that? Has anyone ever told you that? Have you ever questioned why that is? Well, hopefully after today, we'll give you some insights into why you must challenge that foolishness. Because they will only tell that to us. Because in those two battles that I just mentioned, who will you never read about, but was absolutely there? Us. We were there, dying for one bag of foolishness, which has got nothing to do with us. And sometimes you have to really take heed of these things, because when you see these programs on TV and you hear these white ex-soldiers saying, we fought for you, them never fight for we fight for them, and we never even know where we are fighting for. That's the most important thing. And the reason why I tell you this is because I'm going to introduce my sister. I want to get her name right. Arika Oke, or Oka. She'll do it. She says okay, whichever way I'm going to drop it. But this sister is from the Black Cultural Archive, so let's give it a big up for our sister. Come on. Let's show our real appreciation. You can't be cowed and shy. Give it up for our sister. Because the Black Cultural Archives is one of the few spaces that we've got that will give us various aspects of our history that we will never learn in those spaces, like the institutions within which I operate and teach. You're not going to get that. These are the alternatives, so give it up for our sister.
Thank you so much, Brother Les, and thank thank you to Slavery Remembrance as well for organising Sankofa Day purely as a voluntary activity. So my name is Arika Oke. I am the Managing Director at the Black Cultural Archives in Brixton. So hopefully you've all heard of BCA, the Black Cultural Archives. It's the home of Black British history. What we do is we preserve, we collect and we celebrate the histories of people of African and African Caribbean descent. So I can tell you a little bit about BCA, but because this is a day for remembering our ancestors, I also want to tell you about the ancestor that I want to remember today, which is Queen Mother Moore. Have you heard of Queen Mother Moore? No. Yes. Well, a few people have heard of her. I also have an accent because I'm from Hull, so you might say Queen Mother Moore. I say Queen Mother Moore. So Queen Mother Moore, let me have a look at my notes because I don't want to get anything wrong about this wonderful ancestor of ours. So she was born in 1898 in America. Her grandparents were enslaved Africans. Her mother was brought up by her grandmother, who had been left as a single person after numerous acts of violence against her family. Queen Mother Moore was given that honorific in Ghana of Queen Mother in recognition of the work that she had done to promote our communities and Pan-Africanism and the history of people of African descent globally. So when she was quite young, she heard a speech by Marcus Garvey, and that's another one of our ancestors that we should be remembering today. Today is Marcus Garvey's birthday. It's Marcus Garvey Day today. So Queen Mother Moore heard a speech by Marcus Garvey, and it inspired her to move to Harlem, New York. She became a shareholder of the Black Star Line. She became a lifelong member of the UNIA. She promoted education, and she traveled around the world. And one of the places that she visited was Brixton in the 1980s in London. And one of the things that she was talking about as she traveled around the world was the need for monuments to our people. This space that we are gathered in today, Trafalgar Square, is a place of monuments. And as you have noticed, the monuments are to military heroes for Britain, I suppose, with the exception of the monument on the 4th plinth, which is a memorial to an Iraqi destroyed monument. So where are our monuments? That was one of the central questions that Queen Mother Moore was trying to ask. And that is one of the main reasons why Black Cultural Archives exist. So she came to Brixton, she asked where are our monuments, and she inspired a poet called Len Garrison, an artist, an educator, and a community activist, and someone who was very passionate about making something positive for our communities that celebrates and demonstrates that we were here before, we are here now, we're gonna be here. So this was in the early 1980s that Queen Mother Moore came to Brixton, and it was really noticed that there was nothing to reflect our presence. There was nothing that records our histories. Black Cultural Archives is a place, unlike the National Gallery, unlike the other institutions that we have in central London and the rest of the country, in which when you might see an exhibition or a display of Black history, it's done in the spirit of diversity. So we're seen through the lens of the default culture in this country, which is whiteness. At Black Cultural Archives, we're the only national heritage organisation in which we see our own history and our own culture through our own eyes. Everything is through the lens of blackness, not through the lens of whiteness. And that's why Black Cultural Archives is important. And it really came about as a concept, as an institutional concept, to be the African People's Historical Monument. And that's the legal name of Black Cultural Archives. The name on our building is Black Cultural Archives, but our charity's name is African People's Historical Monument Foundation, because monuments are what we need. Monuments are what we can keep going back to. Monuments are what preserve and tell our stories and form a platform for continuing to make sure that our presence is recognized and celebrated by us, by others, and so that society itself can move forward. So that's what I've got to say for you today. It's quite short, sorry, but I wanted to talk about Queen Mother more because it is a memorial day for our ancestors today. That's why we're gathered. It's what Sankofa in essence means, is looking back to move forward. And that is what BCA is about, and that's what Queen Mother More is about. Remembering our history, memorializing our ancestors, and making sure that their lives, contributions, their struggles, their achievements, their histories, our histories, are recognized and celebrated. So thank you so much for today, and blessings to you all.
Give thanks, sis.
Right, sorry, I was just reminded by Brother Les to tell you what we might have coming up at Black Cultural Archives as well, in case you want to visit us. So our address is number 1 Windrush Square. It's quite a powerful address. It's a statement of intent. It's in Brixton. Our current exhibition is about the Windrush generation, but the approach that we took to the current exhibition was to look at key pieces of legislation drawn from our archives to see how we arrived at the situation in which the Windrush scandal was able to take place. So it's a very deliberate exhibition in order for us to try and understand, right, how did we get to this place? So that's the exhibition that's on there at the moment. Last night we had an event with Professor Hakeem Adi, looking at the chronology of Black British history in a new book. Next week we have an event that's all about children's literature. We also have a number of other book events coming up, and you should keep an eye on our website because in September we have some very exciting things to do with decolonizing female sexual health, also celebrating hip-hop culture. In October, because October is celebrated nationwide now thanks to the efforts of some of our predecessors as Black History Month. However, at Black Cultural Archives, we do Black History every single day of the year. So for us, you know, Black History Month is Black Futures Month. We're going to be looking forward. What is the future of Black History Month? Does it need a month? It should be all year round. So that's what we'll be doing in October. But please do visit our website because I'm sure there's so much that we're doing. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good afternoon.
Yeah, let's give it up for our sister, please. We give thanks. So if you haven't checked out the Black Cultural Archives, you can't miss it. It's right next to Brixton Station, right next to the Ritzy at Brixton, so you can't miss it. And these are the kind of initiatives we need to support because, as Chinua Achebe said, if as African peoples we don't tell our own stories, we will disappear. Not we might disappear, we will disappear. So that's one of the reasons why we must support initiatives like Black Cultural Archives, as well as coming to things like this. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty disappointed that we have such a beautiful day. Not disappointed with those who turn up. I love the whole owner. But I'm just saying, sometimes, yeah, I don't really want to go on too much there. But now we've got another little bit of audio that we're going to play you on our sister Sojourner Truth. So those of you who aren't familiar with her, we'll have an introduction to her and then we'll carry on with the show after that. We'll give thanks. Give yourselves a round of applause, you're still here. Thank you.
This audio module on Sojourner Truth is a part of the project Women in African History, produced by UNESCO, to support the teaching of the general history of Africa. To see the related illustrated cartoon and learn more about Sojourner Truth, please consult the website unesco.org/Women in Africa. This is the narration of a woman, and I am Tasha Jones.
For our brother Rasha Sheba. Let's give it up for our brother. He's going to start winding down or winding up or whatever we want to call it. Closing out, closing in.
Go on, Ross.
Yeah, let's give it up to our brother. Give it up.
Go on.
Greetings, family. Greetings, family.
Greetings.
All right. I want you to know that when we gather in this spot here, behind us is what we call a conductor. Yeah, it conducts energy.
Yes.
And there's a ley lines around here, right?
Yes.
When we come here, we have to change the frequency and reverse the polarity. If you agree, say Asheo. 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 So what we're going to do right now is we're going to hold a minute's silence for the ancestors. And in that minute's silence, I want you to remember what I just said to you and reverse the polarity. Because who dares to leave the past behind? The moment that they say goodbye, there is no future. Can the past be left inside itself when every step taken into the future is already past? Without the past, your presence in the present has no relevance. The past will be back in the future. No past, no future. Sankofa. 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 Ibao. 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 Sankofa. 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 1 minute. Asheo. 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 No weapon shall prosper against the children of the Most High. Jah Rastafari.
Yeah, how you feeling? Right, so I'm just going to call up my brother, Toinak Betu from Ligali, and he's going to do some affirmations. Then we're going to meet Sis Shazal, the inspiration behind this gathering, and then we can go on the yard.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Okay, I'm not going to do this by myself. Sister Enrique, are you still here? If you're here, can you come forward? Okay, we're going to collectively do some affirmations because we need to actually remember why we're here for, how to institutionalize it for ourselves, and actually pay remembrance to our ancestors. So we're just setting up the mic 1 second and we're all going to go through that. Now what's going to happen, we're going to make an affirmation, we'll close with Ashe, and when we say Ashe, everyone else says I've got wax in my ears. So when we say Ashe, everyone says Ashe. Thank you. Okay. So give me 1 second. I'm kind of bold with the whole thing. So we have on number one. Do we need the mics here? Okay. So I'm going to start. We affirm that this annual remembrance of slavery, its abolition, and revolutionary resistance in Haiti on the 23rd of August each year continues the cultural tradition of Sankofa, looking back to learn how to create a better future for us all. Ashe.
We affirm that the Ma'afa is not merely a subject of the past. It is a history that has shaped the face of the world, creating binding ties between peoples and continents, and irreversibly transforming the destiny, economy, and culture of nations. Ashe.
We affirm that the names and deeds of these courageous freedom fighters from across the Caribbean, Africa, and the diaspora deserve tribute with education and research, teaching their story and their revolutionary values against exploitation and oppression. Ashe.
We affirm that in 2011, UNESCO recognized the forced enslavement of African people, the Ma'afa, not as a trade, but as a crime against humanity, an act for which no legitimate reparation has been made. Ashe.
We affirm that in March 2019, the European Parliament recognised Afrophobia as a growing problem and voted for its member states to act against the discrimination and inequality faced by the estimated 15 million people of African heritage living in Europe. Ashe.
We affirm that the legacy of enslavement, colonialism and imperialism remains an unresolved wound requiring justice and healing if we are to stop the spread of political, economic and spiritual trauma across the generations. Ashe.
We affirm that the study of this history is equal to paying tribute to those Africans who fought for their freedom and to their unique contributions to the affirmation of universal human rights. Those freedom fighters have set an example for us to continue the fight against racism, inequality and inequity that endure to this day. Therefore, we will promote UNESCO's International Day, which annually remembers the transatlantic slave trade, Ma'afa, and its abolition. Ashe.
Thank you, everyone. And can you give a big, massive applause to everyone who made affirmations as well? Thank you.
Sorry, darling. It's alright, now go on.
Okay, greetings everyone. Come on, we're nearly there.
Greetings!
How have you found the day?
Amazing!
So you spread the word, next year you bring 1 and 2 with you? Yes? Yeah, I know, you said that last time, yeah? Maybe we'll have to corral you, come around your house. Anyway, my name's Professor Les Henry. It's been an honor and a privilege to spend time, bless up. It's been an honor and a privilege to spend some time with my beautiful brothers and sisters and my other brothers and sisters from another mother and another father. Because we are members of the human family, but I cannot forget I'm an African in the belly of the beast. That's where I am. I'm reminded it every single time I turn on the TV, I listen to the radio, I go to work. Don't think I have an easy ride at work. I don't give me some pure fire hell in there. But at the end of the day, we're still here. We need to give thanks that we're here. And I want to introduce my beautiful sister Shazal and the young people to close out. So hopefully, as my mother always said, life's spare. We will see you next year. We'll give thanks.
Hi everybody. Hello. Hello. Have you enjoyed the day? Do you think we could have more people here? Do you think the square should be full? Did you share the event with all your friends and family? Where are they? When you go home, ask them, where were you? Where were you? Is this an important day? Yes. Should it be happening every year? Yes. Should it be funded? Yes. Should it be funded by me? No. But it is. Yes. Should we be funding it? Yes. Should the British government, whom we pay our taxes to, be funding it? Yes. Will they fund it? No. So should we fund it? Yes. Should we do our own thing? Yes. Because that's what I've done. I started this organization back in 2016 because I saw that there's no recognition or remembrance for my ancestors, our ancestors, and it needs to happen. Not in the way that I would like to see it happen. The recognitions that I have been seeing happening has been happening for us rather than by us. I have some children here. Come forward, children. Come on, come on, come on. This is why I do it, for the children, for their future. Because the legacy of the transatlantic slave trade / Ma'afa is what we see around us today. Racism, knife crime, inequality, inequity, the roots all tie back to that. These children here made some beautiful remembrance crowns today and learnt about some of our resistance leaders. Give them a round of applause, please. Thank you to Bianca from Kuamba Kids for leading that workshop today. Please give her a round of applause. This event is our event. It's done for us. I'll say that again. This event is our event. It's done for us and it's done by us. But the event is always at risk if it doesn't receive the support it requires. This is your event. This is for your ancestors. And if you think this should be happening every year in Trafalgar Square, you need to support. You need to support. One woman can't carry all the weight. One woman can't carry all the weight. You need to support, please. I know you're here today, and as you should be, it's for your ancestors, it's for our ancestors. But it needs more than that, because it takes a lot to put this on. And it's a struggle. Telling you the truth, it's not easy. To be in this space is not easy. To pay for all of this is not easy. But I will do it to the standard that I believe my ancestors require. What I wanted to do this year was have a full day, all day thing, with workshops and all sorts going on. A real proper big event to honor our ancestors. Unfortunately, that's a lot of money. And I've been liaising with certain parties for a long time, 2 years, and it's not receiving the support. It's not a surprise, but it's not receiving the support it needs to receive. So I'm going to stop going on about support. Please support. And I'm going to wrap it up there. But thank you all for coming. See, the ancestors came down today and pure sunshine. I told everyone, they said it's going to rain. I said, don't watch that, it's going to be glorious sunshine. And everybody laughed at me. I said, watch, it's going to be glorious sunshine. It's predicted rain, Look there. Yeah, the ancestors came down today, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Round of applause for yourselves. Thank you. For those of you that knew it was worthy enough to come down, be proud of yourselves. Yes, thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot to say. If you look to your right, we have a remembrance wall. And on that remembrance wall, at the end of the Ma'afa / transatlantic slave trade, it was made illegal. But people still kidnapped our ancestors and brought them on ships to try and sell them as if they were cattle. Some of those people were rescued, and they started a database. And on that database is over 60,000 names. And of the 60,000 names is over 30,000 names of children. We've taken 400 of those children and their names, and we put them up on that wall, a remembrance wall. And you can go and have a look and see their names, see their ages. It starts from as young as 1. See their ages, see where they came from, and see where they were left. But that's for us to remember. We don't have any monuments yet, but we're trying. We will. We don't have any monuments yet, but we will. We don't have any monuments yet, but we will. One last time. I want you all to say it with me like you mean it. We don't have any monuments yet, but we will. We don't have reparations yet, but we will. Okay, that's it.